Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on tonight's episode, I am here with,
Zoom the Barbarian!
and we are over in Eastern Commons today. And there's actually 150 people in Eastern Commons. Most of them sitting inside the tunnel, selling their wares and stuff like that. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the shady buckler,
Swashbuckler?
yeah, don't buy from him. His prices are
He's
outrageous.
terrible.
Even when you sell to him, you're really not going to make that much money. Could I get a quick where are they at? Somebody just
Who
sent me a
says something?
message.
Is
Um,
it Ninwinu or Greddy's?
no, it's I don't even see him here, so now I'm not going to worry about it, I guess, for now. But
Wild Side?
we are going to make our run over to Upper Guck, and we're going to do a little bit of hunting there. Just check
Yeah.
out the zone. And as I said before, we're in the East Common tunnels. We're about halfway through, so if you decide you want to go over to Upper Guck and you don't know how to get there, you can kind of follow along with our journey. It's really not that difficult. It is a little bit dangerous if you don't know the way, and of course, in this game, as I said many times before, when it first came out, there were no maps, so it was almost like you had to learn the zone. It was very D&D. That's one thing I would think that most of the new games are not really taking into account, is that people still to this day love Dungeons and Dragons. They
Mhm.
love the old, very in-depth stories, because in the end, the person who's going to come up with the most interesting stories for you is going to be you. But you want the programmers to give you the tools to be able to do that in a very entertaining and very elaborate way, and that's kind of what the programmers don't really fully understand. I don't think for the most part is just give me the tools to create the story and then step aside and let me do it. And you can actually come and watch what I've done, and you might be surprised about what I go down and the different paths you go down and the different paths other players go down, and the merging of those paths and the progression and evolution of the stories as time goes on and people become more and more familiar with the different options and things that they can do in there. And that's
Did you ever play Neverwinter Nights? Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter Nights?
the online version.
Well, you could play it online. You could also play it online, offline, but you could also build dungeons. You could build the game so that you could customize your own dungeon. So
Yeah,
that's exactly what you're talking about right
right,
there.
right.
And
But I mean,
Neverwinter Nights was awesome.
yeah, that aspect is cool. But I mean, in this kind of game, everything's already built for you, so you're not building dungeons, and it's still highly enjoyable
Oh
because
yeah.
the characters themselves can be built by you. You get to decide where you put your points by what armor you get. You get to decide, how much skill level you have on a specific character to be able to play them the way you're going to be able to play them. There were some bards that were so good at weaving in and out of music, their
Let's kill this
songs.
guy.
What level is he?
He's blue to me.
Okay. But yeah, there were some bards that were so good, they would pull the entire zone and kite,
Nope.
like 900 mobs at one time, and make just enormous amounts of experience and loot and money. I actually saw this bard running around. I think it was for like 45 minutes over there. What was the name of the zone right next to Carnor's Castle?
That is Dreadlands.
Right, and he was
Uh,
running around in the Dreadlands, which is absolutely perfect for that style if there's not a lot of players on. If there is a lot of players on, it seems kind of wrong to me to go ahead and steal all the mobs for yourself, because it takes a long time for the bards to wear away the creatures with their area effect damage spell, or the song that they have. But they can do it. And after they finally killed off, like, I don't know how many mobs were sitting there, they all died right on top of each other, which was just amazing to see. But then he sat there for like an hour and a half looting the corpses, and like the corpses were disappearing before he could even get all of them, and it was just
Good
like,
problem to have. Good problem
right.
to
But
have.
that's how much cash you're gonna have on you, that you can quite literally just sit there over and over and over again looting, and you're never gonna get through with it. And some of those guys will be named guys to boot and might have some really good loot on them. So usually, what you'll see is a whole bunch of people standing there after a few seconds all looting it, because he's not going to be able to get through it, and there's no way for them to stop you from looting after a certain point, after the body becomes open for
Yeah, but
anybody.
that's ninja looting is wrong, guys. I hope none of you guys who are watching us are
Well, it's
ninja
not really
looters.
ninja looting. I mean, if the guy can't loot it all, it's open. But you know, he's ninja taking all the freaking bombs, so he's gonna get what he gets. There's a cutthroat insignia ring on here. It is 1 AC, 1 dexterity. If you want that, I'll leave it on there for you.
Dexterity, yeah, I could use some dexterity.
I don't know what kind
I
of
mean,
rings you have on you right now.
I got the ones you gave me, the 5 hit points.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, that's up to you
so
whether you go with that.
this one's got AC and 2 dex, and I think 2 dex makes me a better fighter. So I think I'm actually going to go with that for now. I think that's a little bit more important than the hit points.
For those of you who are not familiar with our characters, I am playing my shaman, who happens to be level 14. What level is your warrior?
My warrior is 16, and I don't know why I did agnostic. Dude, you should have smacked me in the noggin.
I
That
didn't
makes
even
me mad.
ask. I didn't even ask when you first started.
I'm a big Ralisec fan. You know, I think I chose agnostic so that it would give me better faction in certain areas. Are we going to run on this side of the zone through
Yeah, I was gonna show him
Oasis?
this way. It's not as
Okay. All
safe,
right.
but it is a little bit more straightforward. And
North Highway is nasty, guys.
yeah, and of course, if you don't go this route, then at some point you have to cut across the zone and go a little bit close to the specters, and that alone, for me, was always worth cutting across this way because
I
around
love the
level 20 to
specters.
25, the Orc Highway is not a problem, but the specters are going to stay a problem all the way up to like level 45, even 50. You will still get attacked by them, and depending on your class, you may not want to get attacked by specters. As a cleric, yeah, I could root them and run away, but it was just a hassle I didn't really need to worry about if I went down this side over here. And of
I
course, like I
shot that
said,
orc in the butt.
okay, but there's a lot of them in there, I think.
Run, dude, run.
I was
You're
gonna,
already zoned. You're fine.
I was gonna say I don't think I have enough power to do that. I'm only at 40%, but
Oh no, I was just messing around. I just
I'm sure
entertainment.
he appreciates it. He's gonna leave. He's gonna like, oh great, that magical border somehow they disappeared yet again. Now I have an arrow stuck in my butt for who knows how long.
I don't know how he did it, but he got a punch in. Even with he got a punch in on me. So
Wow, that's pretty talented.
yeah, that's. I'm still wondering about that.
I don't
I think
know,
it's because
but
I stopped to look and see if they were chasing me. And that,
hopefully he can use that same power to get that arrow out of his butt because that's gonna be very very painful to run around in that.
there you are.
But that's like I was saying with the D&D, you can kind of use your imagination. Imagine that dwarf or that orc or whatever the case may be running around with an arrow on his butt until he finally gets killed because the mob that Thum just attacked will not go anywhere until somebody kills him. And so if nobody's in that zone, and there's occasionally places where nobody goes to all that often, these guys are actually yellow. So you could come over here to this zone as well. But we're not going to for now.
We've
Let's
done
see.
plenty of Oasis videos.
Well, not plenty of them. We could do a lot more in different places, but
Yeah,
for now,
I want to hunt specters. There's aqua goblins in the water around the specters that I want to hunt. I never actually ever got a chance to hunt those guys. Yeah, we're in Orc Highway, guys, so we need to be really careful.
but I mean, if you juke in and out of them
Yep.
and just make sure that you're not being very careless, it's not too difficult. There's a nice little path. You could go around the edges over there on the mountains. Usually, if you travel on that side, you're going to be perfectly fine. The reason I don't like doing that is because you'll take a lot of damage. You'll see there's even a corpse up there, Erixa, that died. You'll take a lot of damage when you fall, off of the mountains because it's not a completely flat surface up there. So you'll go up one section and then kind of just jump off of another one, and so you take damage. And just a little bit of damage at our level is pretty severe. Now you really don't want to come over here to the beach because this is where the specters kind of pave. You want to be
Yep.
closer to that wall over there, but we wanted to give you some landmarks so
Yeah,
you guys kind of.
look at Spectre Tower, guys. Check that out.
Yeah,
Nice.
don't ever go over there unless you're ready for it. And usually
Yeah.
you'll find a necro or a monk that's over there because it's really good cash for them. The weapons, I believe, sell for like 6 or 7 platinum a piece.
I think it's 12 platinum. I think the size, they always drop a scythe. It's a fine steel scythe, and I think it sells for 12 platinum. And I think that's why people hunt them so much.
Yeah, and you
It's
can just
because-
run
yeah.
right across the water and sell to that vendor, just literally right across. So monks love it because now they can finally earn some cash without having to incur the AC penalty for being overweight, because they can just literally right after they kill something go right over to the other side of the ocean and sell, and then run back and claim their little thing. Necros like it because they can let their pet do most of the work, and make quite a bit of money as well. And of course, they can just run right over. Everybody can run over, no matter who you are, dark elf or not. So,
Hey, C
highly.
Gamer, let me ask you a question. What do you think of Oasis as a zone, man?
I loved Oasis when I was playing my Shadow Knight. I spent a lot of time killing those crocodiles and getting killed by Lockhart or Lockjaw when he
Yeah,
came by. I mean, there's classic memories that I
yeah.
remember. Just
I liked
everybody.
Oasis too. I still do.
Like
I
you
enjoy
used to,
it.
you asked me a couple of times once why they have high level, mobs in some of these low level zones, and the truth of it that I can see is not only do they want to keep you kind of afraid and being, you don't want to get too cocky, but those memories that I have of Lockjaw,
Stick with
walking
you,
down the
yeah.
beach and literally all the people on the beach just parting, ways so that this thing can just come down and everybody's like running around it
Yelling
and
and
they're
shouting and
yeah, and they're like
screaming,
he's coming
let's
down the beach,
go!
to the west or to the east and people were like, "Oh no." And they're like, "Oh, I just died." And it was like it was a big event that this guy was coming through it and at some point when you're running through that zone to either go to like lower guck or something along those lines and you're a much higher level, you're like, holy crap, I can go over there and kill that guy and these guys will thank me for it because that guy was a pain in the butt. He killed me like 60 times and this is my revenge. And
Payback.
yeah, and so you would have I think I got that puma maybe. Nope. Nice, it's green. So yeah, you would have the payback and you'd have that sense of now I'm finally big enough to do these kind of things and the mob meant something. Where in other MMOs that I play, the mob is only the means to the end, and the end is just to get the good gear and move on to the next zone that has good gear. And I don't remember any of the name mobs in any other MMO that I've ever played because they're not significant. They never
Oh, hold
really.
on.
What happened? Did you get
Sorry, I'm
attacked?
getting attacked by a zombie. Yeah, it's The Walking Dead, guys.
What
Season 1, episode 1, Walking Dead.
what level is he?
Ah, he's green.
Oh, he's
Just
blue to me.
annoyance. Is he really? Cool.
Yeah,
We
that's
might
why
get
he's
some
attacking.
experience, yeah.
Yeah, he was right there on border for you. And you said you were 16.
Yep. Nope,
Okay,
16.
so you can come
Now,
over here.
I thought zombies were like skeletons and that they would aggro anything at any time anyway. Or is
Uh,
that not true?
I think you're right. There might be something to that, but if it's blue to me, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
we got
barely green,
experience.
yeah. See, so it's just right there on the limit of what you can get. But
I'll
let's
take
see,
your
what are
skin.
these?
I just skinned a zombie. How do you feel about that?
Everything over here is a little bit lower than us. We could actually come over here, I think, earlier and kill some of the stuff if
Yeah,
we do that
Esno's
with some of our
good
ults.
around level 10. Yeah, I think it's good. I think I might bring my druid over here and kite and stuff around here. Where'd you go? Did you keep running? There you
No,
are.
no,
I
I'm
see.
right behind you. You can keep going.
Oh, okay. Who's this guy?
With the
Oh, it's a
bandit guy?
barbarian dervish. Okay, I was just like freaking out. I was like, oh, I thought that was you or somebody
No.
like you.
And you can see you can kind of just go up here on the wall if you want to be extra safe. The lower the level you are, the more safe, the more cautious you're going to tend to try to be because it only takes a couple hits, sometimes only one hit if
Now,
you're so low.
isn't there an orc here somewhere who you
There's
can
a
turn dervish cutthroat rings into, and he will give you stuff?
is it an orc? I know there's the camp over here you can do that with, but there's some orcs over here as well. Yeah, these guys are low level. We should have come over here with. In fact, we might be able to do that with my Shadow Knight. He's only level 7. We can
Yeah,
come over here
yeah,
with
I'm gonna
that.
bring my druid over there. My level 12 druid. Bring him to WC so I can actually group with your Shadow Knight, and we can do stuff. Yeah, with those characters, I think that would be cool. Because
I don't.
I can heal you and I can keep damage thorns on you, damage shield, and I think that would make us an effective combat team.
Well, Shadow Knight on his own is just the greatest character that ever lived. So,
I don't
he
think so.
he can solo so easy. He's like the greatest one. He got all the love from Sony. They never had to do any patches on him because he was just fantastic from the very beginning. And he didn't have any penalty of experience for playing him. It wasn't something outrageous like 40%. So,
The only character that they ever had to reverse nerf, guys.
right? Oh my God.
Instead of
Everything I
nerfing,
just
they had
said, guys,
reverse
was the exact opposite.
it.
That race, I mean, I loved the Shadow Knight. I still love the Shadow Knight, but holy crap, did they put a lot of stuff on that guy to make it miserable to play it sometimes. The experience penalty was just a nightmare. If you ever started the game with somebody like me and Thum have been basically playing the game from the beginning of these characters, he would be like level 12, and I would be still like in my level 7 or 6s because the experience penalty, I believe it was like 40%. Um, just for playing a Shadow Knight, no matter what
Yeah,
race you
if you
picked.
played a troll shaman knight, I think somebody said was saying the other day that it was a 69% or something like that experience penalty if you played a troll shadow knight, troll shaman knight.
I don't know what the trolls are. I know the Iskars were the highest, and it was like closer to like eighty
Maybe it
percent or
was the
something like
XR.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe it was the XR they were talking
it
about.
might have been
That was
60
really bad.
something.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's ridiculous, and you can just see how you would have to work, that much harder to really be able to compete. And this is the swamp, guys.
I
This is
like
a
this zone,
fairly,
man.
yeah, it's
This
a
is a
fairly
good
low
place
level
to.
zone.
Yeah, this is a good place to rate your swimming, guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you don't mind going incredibly slow,
Yeah.
I mean, because you're going to be really low in your skill, and it's going to take you a while. But there's some good islands that you can kind of run through out there. We're not going to go into the swamp because unless you're very, very familiar with it, you really don't want to go wandering around because if you die, it can be hard to find your corpse. It's not.
Yeah.
There's not
Plus,
a landmarks.
this is a newbie zone too, so me and you really wouldn't get. I think there may only be a couple mobs in the whole zone that would give us experience.
Oh, I wasn't even worried about experience. I was just talking about if you died out there, even at a low level. There's not a lot of landmarks in this zone to kind of be
Right.
like, oh, okay, I went past the third big tree. Well,
That's why you should
no,
always do
there's
that backslash lope, guys. If you know you're gonna die, if you know without a doubt that you're going into the dust, then do a backslash LOC, and that will tell you where you're at. And all you got to do is use backslash. Make a hot button. If
Yeah,
you
you
guys, most of
definitely
you
gotta
guys
have a
know what
hot
I'm talking
button.
about. Yeah.
There's a fungi spores
But
right there. That's kind of
ooh,
cool.
yeah, he's dubious.
Oh man, I can't wait to go up to Guck. I love Guck so bad, guys. You have no clue. I spent so much time in Lower Guck. It's crazy. Now Upper Guck, I spent a fair decent amount of time there too because I believe there was a piece there from my cleric epic that you had to camp, and man, you had to camp that thing for so long before I finally got the piece, and it was supposed to be one of the easier pieces, but nothing about that epic other than the very, very first piece that I got was easy. Everything was hard. There's some kobolds over here. A lesser
Yeah,
kobold. I love the kobolds too. You're gonna find a lot of these guys over
Soul
in Sol
B.
B. Yep, another place that I love. You can kind of see the little doggies. I was gonna keep them alive, but
Yeah,
Doom
he
over
did.
here had to kill my
Yeah,
dog.
he had to die. Oh, one silver, not bad for a little cobalt guy, naked out in the woods.
And you can see
Who is
there's
this?
there's other people running the same path because this is a very commonly traveled path. It's kind of the safest one to go. And again, because if you do not know the zone very well, this is the path you really want to take. Now, if you know the zone a little bit better, you can kind of cut through it and save yourself a little bit of time.
Hmm.
What is this guy?
He's a
Green.
froglog fisherman. Yeah,
And he's
he's
dubious.
dubious. Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Look at how they all look very unique from each other. This is another thing that Dungeons and Dragons did very well on the board game is it allows you to use your imaginations, and players themselves came up with how the creatures would look, and over time they shared that with people. And here we
Ooh.
go. We're finally here.
I,
This is the
you,
entrance, guys.
you know what I love so much about this game is that every once in a while you'll find mobs. I think the froglogs. I think they fight the I think they will actually fight the kobolds. And you'll find mobs fighting each other in the game, dude. And I love that, man. That just tells you that even if you're not on, if you're not on, then there's a story happening. The
Right.
froglogs are fighting against the kobolds. Yeah, dude, it's freaking awesome, dude.
Because the game is basically a world that you're entering, and the world doesn't just stop because you're not there. So it's very unique after a certain amount of time. This guy right here. This is the guy who asked for the sow, and I wasn't able to give it to him. Wow, he ran the exact same pad. Let's go ahead and
he's
toss it on
gonna,
him now.
he's gonna be mad at you. Isn't this an indoor zone?
Your spell. Oh, I think it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
What's up, Mr. Frog like Sentry? You're dubious to me. Oh man. I don't have nothing against you guys, but we're gonna kill the crap out of you,
Wait, no,
or
he's
at least
green.
show people the zone, huh?
He's green. We can go
Yeah,
past.
I
There
know.
should be some higher level ones in here. I hope. I mean, we're really not that high level. We shouldn't have out out leveled this zone by now. Let's come in here a little bit more. It's been a while since I've been in this zone, but I kind of remember the area. At least I want to think I do. I mean, I may be
I hope
going in
you
the
do.
exact opposite. Oh, there's a blue guy right here. But
Yeah,
he's a
Swamp
different.
Gator.
Kill the gator.
What's up, Gator?
Nice.
What's up, Gator Bait?
And
Were
we're
you in
gonna
a Burt Reynolds movie ever? Get it? Gator. Get it?
No,
Sorry, guys.
don't get that one. I never watched very much Burt Reynolds.
Those are 70s movies.
Yeah, I was more of a Tom Selleck man.
I remember Magnum PI, dude. It was a good show, man. Or maybe I was just young enough to really appreciate it, but I liked it, man. I thought,
Did you ever see Her Alibi?
I
It's
don't
a
think so.
it's comedy
Describe
with
it to
him in
me.
it. She is on trial for murder. Oh, nice, level 15.
Oh, congrats, brother.
Yeah,
Congrats.
she's
All
on
right.
trial for murder, and he's a book writer, and he's sitting in the courtroom to get ideas for his mystery book, and he gives her an alibi, and that's basically where the movie starts. It's hilarious. It's a really funny movie, and he doesn't know if she's actually a killer or not, but she's so friggin' beautiful. He's willing to do anything. Oh
Oh, wow.
crap!
Thanks
Get
a
out of
lot,
here! Get out of
dude.
here! These are
What?
red. These are red. Or
They're
what are
blue to
they?
me.
Okay, get them off of me then.
Okay.
There you go. And we might be able to do this. Maybe. Hopefully. I should not be leading the way, actually. You should be the one in the front.
Yeah, you should not be leading the way, my friend.
But yeah, you guys should definitely check out that movie. You haven't seen it. I think my favorite movie with
Oh,
him
yeah,
in
we
it
got
of
this.
all
Oh,
time
maybe we don't. Holy crap.
is Quigley Down Under. I think that one is just
That's a good
amazing.
movie.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie, and it has the guy that some of you may actually recognize from the Harry Potter series, Snape. He holy crap, you're gonna die, man.
Yeah, I'm going to die. Run it.
Nah,
Run it.
go for it, man. I'll keep healing.
No, no.
I'm
You
gonna
got to
keep
show me
healing,
the
man.
way, dude. I have no way.
Keep
I have
healing.
no idea.
Can you, what are they at? Did you kill one of them at least?
No, 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 dude. We're dead. Yeah,
Okay,
we're dead.
run it, run it.
Oh, it's way too late, dude. I'm dead.
Oh man. Okay, well if I get out at least, why didn't we bind? This is like the worst.
I can't bind.
Oh, holy crap! I went the wrong direction.
Unless we bind me in
Here we go.
the
Here we go.
ogre said,
Woo, baby! I got out to the entrance. Yeah, we could have gone to the Ogre City. I
and
mean,
bind
yeah,
down?
we could have figured a way to get past the guards, maybe with
That's
a
not that bad of a run. It's not that bad of a run. It's really not.
for Freeport. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of time. It's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Dude, there's I don't think you could bind me at the ogre city anyway because there's two bouncers right there at the tunnel that are level, well, really high level. So
Well, if I remember right, you can sneak past them if you have to. Or what we could have done is gone down to. Yeah, I guess you can't bind in Lower Guck either, can you?
I don't think so.
You might be able to bind in Upper Guck, because from what I remember, I always got a bind just right outside of Lower Guck. Let me go in there. I think you can bind in there. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. I might be wrong on that, but we'll test it out on the next video. Again, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. If you do like these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments down below, because we do love hearing back from you guys. And we will catch you all on the next episode.
Subscribe.